It's time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news here on KALH, weather always comes first. Tropical Depression Chantel continues with flash flood concerns across portions of central North Carolina. Life-threatening surf and rip current conditions are expected to continue at beaches along the U.S. East Coast from northeastern Florida to the mid-Atlantic. That should continue on for the next day or so. Flood watches and recovery continues across central portions of Texas. Closer to home, temperatures above normal into next week, and moisture recovers today, bringing isolated to scattered thunderstorm chances. Some storms could produce heavy rainfall and strong winds. Moisture levels decrease slightly through the remainder of the week, but we will still see isolated storms. We'll have another look at the weather following this news.
This is Range Control with roadblock information for Monday, July 7th. Highway 70, Highway 380, Owen Road, Nike Avenue, War Highway, and El Paso Gate are scheduled to remain open all day.
An Otero County family struggles to get answers from law enforcement officers with the City of Alamogordo, Otero County Sheriff's Department, and the Tularosa Basin Dispatch Authority. The family is struggling with getting clean information and honest answers concerning a situation of mistaken identity based on a tip allegedly called in to the Dispatch Authority. The Dispatch Authority provided the family sketchy information with incomplete details as to where the tip came from. IPRA requests and conversations suggest the origin of the tip appears to be a mystery. Missing or incomplete records indicate another shortcoming by the Dispatch Authority that is yet to be fully investigated and resolved. The result of a call into dispatch was then multiple Alamogordo police arriving to a scene, guns drawn, pointing at a young man with autism that was innocently getting gas for his car. The tip called in was that the Albuquerque Police Department were on the lookout for an individual that walked away from a rehab program which violates his probation requirements. Looking nothing like the suspect in question, police came full force to Cortez Gas with guns drawn for a minor probation violation. The facts after the fact prove that a case of mistaken identity based on an unidentified tip mysteriously called into dispatch that can't seem to find all the relevant records for release. In response to the family's IPRA request, there's been zero footage released that shows how the innocent young man got to the ground when Alamogordo police had him held at gunpoint. Two deputies the night of June 2nd never activated their body cams. The family of the innocent young man, who was released 15 minutes after being held, received no apology and no explanation as to why the police came at him with guns drawn. We've reached out to the city for a statement, but as of news deadline, there has been no response. New Mexicans impacted by earlier nuclear testing scored a major victory in the so-called Big Beautiful Bill, which was signed by President Trump on Friday. The Radiation Exposure Compensation Act, better known as RECA, is now law and for the first time includes New Mexicans. New Mexicans living near the Trinity site and those in Church Rock near Gallup have been suffering from radiation exposure for decades. The funding for the current version of RECA will end in 2028. And New Mexico's delegation did not vote in favor of this bill. There is a possibility of restarting those mines after President Trump signed executive orders aimed at bolstering the nuclear industry. The village of Ruidoso reopened roads after rain brought flash floods yesterday to parts of the village, washing some of them out. Village Public Information Officer Carrie Gladden spoke with KRQE.
We had, probably at the height of the 20 to 30 minute event, we had probably 3 or 4 roads closed, but the water quickly receded from those and crews were there on site to, get the debris removed and get the roads back open.
The water has since receded from the village. It did make its way to the Ruidoso Downs racetrack, but the tracks were not damaged as the flooding mitigation efforts held strong. Officials did say 2 cars were caught in the floods, but one didn't have any passengers. Firefighters rescued the occupants in the other one with no injuries. The Alamogordo Chess Club weekly meetings are held at Plateau Espresso every Monday from 4 until 7. It's casual chess. Pair up with whomever is available. No membership requirements or fees. Simply show up on the board, set it up, and play. Everybody's welcome. White Sands National Park will hold its July Full Moon Night on Thursday, July 10th at 8 p.m., featuring the Outcats for a performance at the park's natural amphitheater. The Outcats are a blues duo from Las Cruces. They play a wide variety of blues, from Robert Johnson through Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf, up to the Rolling Stones, Allman Brothers, and even Jeff Beck. Admission is free, but park use fees do apply. If you have any questions, 575-479-6124. Well, today is Monday. That means we get a update from Animal Village.
Starting this Wednesday at 5 p.m., Animal Village NM is proud to unveil our long-awaited Jewels of the Heart online auction, an inspiring collection of turquoise and silver jewelry, antiques, fine art, unique home decor, and luxury gift baskets donated by our generous supporters. Hi, this is Sunny Yaris, Director of Animal Village NM, and this is your chance to find treasures that sparkle with meaning while making a life-saving impact in your community. Auction details and links can be found on our Facebook and Instagram pages and at animalvillagenm.org. Every bid you win helps us fight an escalating crisis in our own backyard, New Mexico's heartbreaking epidemic of pet overpopulation. Our state has the highest rate of pet abandonment in the United States, and euthanasia remains a grim reality in animal control facilities that simply cannot keep up with the number of unwanted litters. The solution isn't a mystery. It's affordable, accessible spay and neuter surgeries for low-income pet owners. And thanks to generous community support, Animal Village NM continues to offer $35 low-income spay-neuter surgeries in Otero and Lincoln counties, with Animal Village NM covering the remaining balance per surgery. But government funding for programs like ours have been cut dramatically, leaving nonprofits like Animal Village NM scrambling to fill the gap. Meanwhile, the need has only doubled. The animals and their families need us more than ever. So we're calling on you to step up and be the difference. In addition to our auction, our shoe drive fundraiser is in full swing. We're collecting 2,500 pairs of gently used shoes, and we've already reached halfway to our goal. These shoes will be recycled through a nonprofit partner, turned into funding for more low-income spay surgeries, and you can drop shoes off at designated donations listed on our website or phone us to schedule a pickup, 575-415-8310. There's no government safety net for animals. There's only us and you. Become a monthly sponsor with Animal Village NM at our website, animalvillagenm.org, and ensure that local pets get the surgeries they need and local families get to keep their beloved companions rather than surrender them out of desperation. Together, we can be the change. Visit our website today to be part of the solution in your community, animalvillagenm.org. Do it now, because now is the only time that counts. animalvillagenm.org.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Hi, it's me, here to tell you about AlamogordoTownNews.org. This is Otero County's #1 source for local news, sports, and community. Quite frankly, AlamogordoTownNews.org is the big LES news service online. AlamogordoTownNews.org is a Second Life Media affiliated company.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
What happens when the marriage of an innocent ingenue gets thwarted by the no-good Schnickel Fritz grub? Well, you can only imagine. The Cloudcroft Light Opera Company presents Those Wedding Bells Shall Not Ring Out. Witness the ceremony at the Cloudcroft Pavilion, 7:30 p.m., June 27 and 28, July 4th, 5th, 6th, 11th, and 12th. Free admission. Donations taken for youth scholarships. Those Wedding Bells Shall Not Ring Out, in cooperation with Pioneer Drama Company and Tim Kelly.
25-year-old Armando Paul of Shiprock is in federal custody, charged with the fatal stabbing of a man after allegedly breaking into a house during the early morning hours of June 27th. Paul was arrested later that day by Navajo Nation Police Department officers who found the victim, apparently from a neck wound caused by a knife. An investigation found that Paul came to the house after midnight and turned off the power. He saw a young woman and her father come outside to see who was there. He then forced his way into the house armed with a knife. After stabbing the man, Paul fled the scene. Paul is a member of the Navajo Nation and has been charged with second-degree murder. He will remain in custody until trial, and if convicted, he may face life in prison. A New Mexico man accused of kidnapping and murdering several Native American men may now face the death penalty. This comes after the United States Attorney's Office for the District of New Mexico announced the decision to seek capital punishment against Labar Saitlaki. Damon Martinez is a former U.S. attorney, and he spoke with KRQE.
The death penalty is the most severe penalty you can give in the criminal justice system.
Unlike convictions that lead to jail time, seeking the death penalty is used for the most violent of crimes, which often includes aggravating factors like torture. Other reasons a U.S. attorney could seek the death penalty are for the murder of a federal official, drug trafficking resulting in death, and kidnapping resulting in death. A U.S. attorney is responsible for gathering information for cases and making recommendations to the United States Attorney General. If approved, the defendant is given a notice.
You have to have the Attorney General of the United States sign off on that and want to seek the death penalty.
According to the United States Attorney's Office for the District of New Mexico, Attorney General Pam Bondi authorized attorneys in June to move forward with the penalty in Sethlakai's case. He'd been charged with numerous counts of murder, kidnapping, and assault against vulnerable Native American men. If the case eventually goes to trial, jurors will decide what happens next.
You have to have a unanimous conviction by all jury members that they also agree that the death penalty should be imposed.
The U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of New Mexico says that the penalty has never been carried out at the federal level in New Mexico. Most sentences include years of prison or life in prison. People near Woodland Avenue in Albuquerque are still reflecting on the tragedy which occurred on Wednesday. That's when a house caught fire and exploded. Albuquerque Fire Rescue said 2 people were taken to the hospital. KOAT reports that the person who owned the house has passed away. Albuquerque ATF is investigating the explosion being caused by fireworks inside the home. Flowers and signs can be seen on the fences now surrounding the damaged property. People who live in the area say a testament to the man's memory. Sunland Park responded to a call involving 2 people struck by a car on Thursday night. One person's dead. Another person was taken to the hospital following that crash. The incident occurred just after 10:30 p.m. No other details have yet been released. The Roman Catholic Diocese of Las Cruces said they oppose any construction along or near Mount Cristo Rey that would impair the religious, cultural, historic significance of the area. U.S. Customs and Border Protection said they're planning on constructing more than a mile of new border barrier near Mount Cristo Rey in Donna Ana County. The Las Cruces Diocese has taken, and continues to take, the position that a grant of entry onto land it owns for CBP purposes, whether temporary or permanent, would deter those pilgrims and migrants from exercising their religion as they have done for nearly 100 years. The Las Cruces Diocese also said that any federal action to seize the land, construct physical barriers, or impede access to Mount Cristo Rey would constitute a significant infringement on religious freedom and the rights of worship, which are protected under both the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution and the Religious Freedom Restoration Act. No word on a groundbreaking date as of news deadline.
Every summer, it happens, again and again. A parent steps away for just a minute, but that minute can turn deadly. On a hot day, the temperature inside a parked car can soar by 20 degrees in just 10 minutes. Even with the windows cracked, the heat builds fast, becoming a deadly trap for a child. Children's bodies heat up 3 to 5 times faster than adults. Heat stroke can begin when a child's body reaches 104 degrees. At 107 degrees, it can be fatal. Last year alone, 24 children died in the U.S. from being left in hot cars. Each one preventable. Never leave a child in a vehicle, not even for a minute. Look before you lock. This message is brought to you by the Alamogordo Fire Department and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Protect kids, prevent tragedy.
Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies. There's a 50% chance of showers and storms. New rainfall amounts less than 1/10 of an inch expected. Partly cloudy tonight with a 20% chance of showers and storms. Sunny tomorrow with a 20% chance of showers and storms. Your high today in the basin, 95. Low tonight of 71. High tomorrow, 96 degrees. In Cloudcroft, mostly sunny today with a 70% chance of showers and storms. New rainfall amounts between 1/4 to 1/2 inch expected. Partly cloudy tonight with a 20% chance of showers and storms. New rainfall amounts less than 1/10 of an inch expected. Sunny tomorrow with a 40% chance of showers and storms. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 79. Low tonight of 53. High tomorrow, 77 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org. And you can learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. And that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.